Hey everybody, this is KT the Power Coach, and I'm here with another video to encourage and inspire. I want to talk to you today about accountability, the importance of having somebody in your life to hold you accountable for the things that you said you're going to do and the plans that you have for your life. If it's left to us on our own devices, we tend to not do what we say we're going to do. It's easier for us to keep our word to somebody else than to keep it to ourselves. Now, it doesn't mean that we always do what we say we're going to do with somebody else, but the percentage or the chances of we doing it once we've given somebody our word is higher than if we were to give ourselves a word and say, I will wake up in the morning and I will do 20 push-ups every morning. And when we miss the first morning, it's not a problem because, I just said it to myself, but it doesn't really mean anything. But you have to understand, there's a lot more involved in missing that morning that you committed to. It kind of erodes your credibility with yourself even. So it's important that you understand that it's necessary for you to keep your word. If you think about it, for instance, Tiger Woods, when he was the greatest golfer in the world, the number one golfer in the world, is a good example. Even at the highest level, he still had a coach. Usain Bolt, who's the fastest man in the world, he has a coach still who directs his training and helps him along the way in what he needs to do. So we are trying to achieve some goals in our lives, and it makes sense for us to have a coach or somebody that can help hold us accountable for the actions that we say we're going to do, and for keeping us on track and helping us to mark our improvements and helping us to correct the little inconsistencies in our training or our program. So it's really important to remember that you have to have somebody to hold you accountable. You can try to hold yourself accountable, but for most of us, that's not enough. We need to have somebody to help direct us. So I'm encouraging you to find yourself an accountability partner, or beyond that, a mentor or a coach, somebody who can encourage you in your life and who's achieved some of the things that you want. Look for the people in the community that are achieving or have achieved the things that you want in your life, and seek them out and ask them a question. You'd be surprised how many people be willing to share information with you. So don't be shy, don't be afraid. Just ask the question, hey, I want to know about this, I want to know about that. Just explain to them what you're trying to do, and most people will be more than willing to help you along your way. Point number one. Point number two, I want to talk to you about the company that you keep. Your mom always told you are known by the company you keep. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. It's important to know that you're an average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So the people that are in your life, whether it's your friends or just people that you associate with, you become those people. The influence that they have on your life, you might not be aware of it, but it affects you. So even if you think to yourself that I'm just hanging out with these guys or these girls, it's not affecting me, it wouldn't affect my life, it wouldn't affect my morals or the way I see things, don't fool yourself. Because if you take, for instance, you have a 5-gallon bucket of water, pure, clean water, and you take a teaspoonful of dirt and you put the dirt in the 5-gallon bucket, do you think the water is going to make the dirt pure, or the dirt is going to make the water dirty? Naturally, the dirt, as small as it is going to make the water dirty. So don't believe for a minute that you can hang out with these people who are not going anywhere and expect that you yourself will be going somewhere. There's a saying that says that if you are hanging out with 4 broke people, you'll be the 5th one. So be mindful of the people that you're spending your time with. Now, it could be people, or if you're spending time with television, you spend a certain amount of hours every day with television, the type of programs you watch is going to determine your perspective on life. So whatever you allow in your spirit, whatever you allow to enter into your consciousness is what you become. So be very mindful of the things that you allow into your consciousness. So show me your company and I'll tell you who you are. You are known by the company you keep. The third and final thing for today I want to talk about is, what do you want? It is important to know what do you want, because if you don't know what you want, it doesn't matter. It wouldn't matter to you about being accountable because you don't have any idea of what you want. It doesn't make a difference who you spend your time with because you don't know what you want. So it's important for you to establish in your life and in your mind, what is it I want from life? What do I want? What do I want to give? What do I want to contribute? What do I want from life? So ask yourself the question, what do I want? What do you want? What is it that you want to do with your life? What is it that you want to do with your life? What do you want? And when you answer that question, when you can know for a fact that you want to have a better life, you want to make some changes in this direction or that direction, and you can write down, I'm encouraging you to write down a plan. Write it out. I want to this, I want that, I want to do something with my life. I want to make more money. I want to add more value. I want to help more in the community. I want to be able to spend more time with my children. I want to be able to spend more time on my journey into self. I want to be able to live in a nice house. It's not just going to happen. You have to have a plan and work towards that plan. So it's important to find out, what do you want? So finally, let's reiterate. It's important to know what you want. It's important to find yourself a partner or a coach or somebody to help you along the way of keeping you accountable. That's really, really, really important. And the third and final thing is be mindful of the company that you keep. You're an average of the 5 people you spend the most time with in your life. So be careful who is in your top 5. Who is in your top 5? This is KT the Power Coach, and I'm encouraging you to have a plan and stick to it and make adjustments, whatever is necessary to achieve the goals that you want. I'll see you next time. And if you want to get in touch with me, it's KT the Power Coach at gmail.com. Keep it moving.